I will just stand here and stare.
Okay, we're on. Hello, Goelzer National Area, and Happy New Year. I know that a lot of you are getting on this live video feed right now. So excited to be talking to you on this July 5th. And we're going to give you some, if you're watching this recorded or you're watching it live, we're going to give you what has happened. We're going to recap because we know June 30th was an amazing, amazing day for so many of you. And you're wondering what happened. So I think people are getting on. Are you getting on, Cars? No. You want me to get on? Yeah, get on. Let's see if anybody gets on, because right now we have 0 viewers, so I don't know what that means. I'm doing a live show and no one's watching.
I think I just had one consultant say she's on.
Okay, so someone's on, even though it says 0. I can keep going. Maybe Kim's going to see it better than I can. Okay.
Yeah, Bridget just texted me. She said I'm on, and Bridget texted me.
Yeah. Bridget, we're talking to you. Welcome. I'm so excited.
Amy Newball's on. Woohoo!
Yay! All right, so if you're on, be texting or boxing your director so that she knows that you're on this call and we can get some feedback from you. So I'm just going to go for it. We're going to see what happens tonight. God willing, you see that Nikki is not on FaceTime tonight. I am not holding her up by the phone. She's actually on. Thank you so much to Kim Ferguson, our amazing assistant who figured it out. Yay, Kim. Thank you. All right, and she worked with Nikki's assistants. You guys, I'm telling you what, I had an assistant since I was a team leader, and that has changed everything in my life. So if you don't have someone helping you with something, today's the day to find somebody to help you. So some of you asked, how did we do for our red jacket goal? Our goal was 48 red jackets, as I talked about last week. Well, you guys, we hit 44 red jackets. 44! We came so close. So congratulations to every single one of you who ran across that finish line and made that happen for you and your team to hit that red jacket. I'm so excited to celebrate you at seminar. And for those of you who worked so hard and didn't make it, you know what? A setback is a setup for a comeback. And I'm going to read you a quote, actually, before I tell you what else happened. This is from Mary Kay, and she said, "All the great work of the world has been accomplished by courage, and the world's greatest victories have been born of defeat. Do not then be afraid of defeat. You are never so near to victory as when defeated in a good cause." I'm going to say that last part again. You are never so near to victory as when defeated in a good cause. So if you did not achieve that red jacket goal, and that's what you wanted, you guys, you're close. And so I'm going to tell you what kind of company we have. You know, Mary Kay was giving the national sales directors who reached the goal that the company gave us a bonus check of $3,000, right? And I was going to give that bonus, part of that bonus, away. So to every red jacket, your name would go into a drawing so many times for $500 cash. And when you won it, your director would win it. Well, guess what, you guys? On the last day of the month, that June 30th, the computers froze on the red jacket reports, and none of the nationals could see anything. That morning, it said we had 0 red jackets, and then that afternoon, no kidding you, it said like we had 600 red jackets, and some people had 1,200 red jackets. It was just ridiculous. And we were all kind of a little bit freaking out about it. Mary Kay sent us an email and a text at 7 p.m. on the 30th, and they said, because of our mistake, we're going to give all of you the bonus, whether you earned it or not. And you guys, I didn't tell you that because we wanted to run across that finish line and to have those 48 reds that Mary Kay asked us to have. You guys, that's the kind of company that you're involved with. Do you understand this? Mary Kay gave over $1 million in bonuses that night. It's still going to make me cry. Not because they had to, but because computers were down for 6 hours. And they said, they didn't say anything. They just said, we're going to give you that money. You guys, Mary Kay spent over $1 million to keep their national sales directors happy. And don't you think I want to work for a company like that? I know you guys are out in that field every day, and you're hearing claims from other companies that Mary Kay is not as good, or that Mary Kay does this, or that Mary Kay does that, and they actually attack our company. And I want you to be able to stand on the knowledge that Mary Kay is still a company that puts its people first. And so since Mary Kay is giving me the bonus, sisters, you are getting the bonus, okay? We are still having that drawing for $1,000, $500 to the consultants, and $500 to the director of the consultant who wins. But it's not over. Okay, I don't want to be done with this. And so if you're not in your red jacket yet, so the 44 of you who were in red as of June 30th, your names are all in the drawing for the $500. You got it? Some of you get in multiple times. But for those of you who didn't get in your red jackets yet, there still is time. If you have 3 active team members by what's the day of our night? It is the 26th of July. That night I'm going to do the drawing. If you have 3 active team members by the 26th, your name goes in that drawing as well, because I know some of you were so close. You have 1 team member, 2 team members, and you can do it, okay? And you do not have to be present to win. If you're not going to seminar, that is okay. Your name still goes into the drawing, and we're going to draw for that $500 that night. So you guys don't quit on your goals. You're never closer to victory than when coming back from a defeat. So get excited. I actually have a goal this month of 17 new women in red by August 1st. Why not you? And I'm going to ask you to commit to something. If you are on this video chat or watching it recorded, you want more. And if you're not in red, if you want to be there, you tell your sales director, are you going to be one of our 17, okay? You let her know. You Vox her, you text her. If you're already in red, we are looking for 10 team leaders. That means you have 5 active team members by the end of this month. If you want to move yourself up to team leader, you tell your director that, because we're looking for 10 of those. And then you guys, we're looking for 5 more DIQs. 5 DIQs on August 1st. Are you going to be one of them? Well, okay, would you like to get excited about another goal we did not hit? Who's excited? We did not hit the gold circle goal that we were going for. We were so close, you guys. Thank you to each and every one of you who sold this product in order to get closer and closer, but we did not make it. We did not make it. But you know what? A setback is a setup for a comeback. And I'll tell you what, you guys are rocking and rolling. I know Nikki told me that you guys were in her unit, were boxing her and saying, why are you not talking to us? We're ready to rock it out. Nikki's like, I need a couple days off, okay? So you guys, but we are ready. Your directors might have taken the weekend. I'll tell you what, though, some of them already have personal recruits from July 1st, July 2nd. They are ready to lead you by example. And so you guys, we're going to go above and beyond Gold Circle this year. But I'll tell you what our focus is. Our focus is to double our area size. That's what it is. To have 34 directors in our national area and to have 2,000 consultants, because you know what? People bring production. And so we're excited about this. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of recognition about what your units did. Congratulations to the DIQ in our unit, in our national area, actually. She is from the Kate Unger unit. Rachel Larson, yay, we can't wait to celebrate you at seminar as a DIQ. These are the units that bonused and beyond, baby. They bonused and beyond. They had 5,000 or more. We have the Amanda Collins unit, the Brandy Lampman unit, the Jamie Lopez unit, the Jamie Riley unit, the Megan Cruz unit, the Susan Riordan unit, the Tammy Clout unit, the Terry Wilson unit, and the Vicki Paul unit. Congratulations to all of you guys for crossing that finish line. But we had some best months ever. Can you get excited about best months ever? The Cara Goelzer unit had this far away from $10,000 in production, you guys. I think it was $98.90, and they earned the use of their first car. Woo! Congratulations. What did you earn? The Cruze. A white Chevy Cruze, you guys. Brandy, we're going to have to find out how old you were when you earned this car, because Nikki is 20 and you were 20, so we have to find out what month it was in your 20th year to find out who is the youngest person in our national area to earn a use of a car. My young friends out there, get excited to break this record, okay? Break it. Records are meant to be broken. Congratulations to the Cara Goelzer unit. And then we had another best month ever, the Trisha Bless unit. You guys were ridiculous. 2 new red jackets in this unit. Congratulations to you guys. Trisha Bless, led by example, you guys. She finished the National Court of Sharing. If you are going to seminar, you are going to see Trisha Bless with her fabulous dress on and her fabulous hair, and she will be doing this to it, okay, just swinging it like that. And she'll be walking across the stage getting her Diamond Bumblebee in the National Court of Sharing. Trisha Bless, we're so excited for you. But you guys, by leading by example, by leading her team, they had their best month ever with over $14,500 in production, and they earned a new car, the premier level car, the Equinox. Ah, who's excited? Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. And I know her husband Jeff is so excited. I don't know if you guys know this story about them, you guys, but Jeff went through major surgery in November, major surgery, and has been out of work since then. and just found out that he lost his job because he can't come back. He can't do the physical activity that they want him to do. And so Trisha is now the sole provider for her family. And I want to tell you something, you guys. Her check this month is over $6,800 in addition to earning a free car. Could you guys get excited about that kind of freedom and flexibility to be with your family? Trisha, bless in your unit. We are so proud of you. We know that teamwork makes the dream work. And then we have another best month ever. And you can only guess who it is. You guys know that we were cheering them on to the million, cheering them on to be the #1 unit in all of the Diamond Seminar, and they crossed an amazing finish line, you guys. It was ridiculous. Over 52,000, I'm going to say that again, $52,000 in wholesale production, just blowing away their best month ever, you guys. They finished the $850,000 unit club. Last year they did $700,000 and they finished $850,000. We are waiting from the company to hear whether they're in the top 3 of the Diamond Seminar, so we're so excited to hear about that. But you guys, I'm going to tell you something. There were only 3 people who came in with inventories from that unit last month. 3. Over, Nikki, 47,000 production came from your base. Is that a correct statement? 47,000 came from you guys selling this product. That was a ridiculous team effort. Go ahead, Nikki. Anything you want to say about that?
It was absolutely amazing. We had about half of our unit members ordering, and just until the very last minute. I mean, orders were coming in at 12 o'clock, 12:01. I'm like, oh, are they still going to count for June? But it was very, very intense and very exciting. I thought it would die down at 9 o'clock, and no, the orders kept coming from 9 until midnight, so it was absolutely phenomenal. I'm so proud of my base. Yeah, I cannot wait for our awards night tomorrow night, because I'm going to be giving out 1,000,000 awards. They're all on the floor behind me. So proud.
Congratulations, Hill Unit. We cannot wait to celebrate you guys in person from all across the country in Dallas. So we're super excited to be with you. And for those of you who can't be there, we are so excited for each and every one of you. So you guys, we'll let you know. Nikki, I'm sure, will put out a video as soon as we know from the company what's happening. So super excited about this. Well, you guys, it's a new year. Happy New Year. And it doesn't matter what did or did not happen last year. If you had a great June, it's going to set you up for July. If you had an unbelievable June, it's a new day. And who's excited about that? It's a new day. Don't you love it, Mary Kay, that we get 2 new years? I love that. In fact, all of the sales directors got on a conference call at midnight on July 1st, and we all yelled Happy New Year to each other. It was so fun, you guys. You want to be a sales director just so that you can hang out with these kind of women. I promise you that. Well, we've got some new promotions coming up, okay? And so Kim, my trusty assistant here, we're going to see if this actually shows up on the screen. This will be emailed out to you tomorrow if it hasn't been yet, and we're going to get prizes out to you, but these are prizes that I'm going to give to you as a national sales director. So if I stop talking, I think it might come on the big screen. There you go. Okay, so this is called the Goelzer National Area Perfect Contest, okay? It's kind of small on my screen. I don't know if you guys can enlarge it or make it bigger, but it's the Perfect 3, Perfect 6, Perfect 10, Perfect 15, and we might even go to Perfect 20, okay? And Nikki and I were talking about prizes that we're going to give our units for this, but as a national area, you're going to get prizes and recognition from me, your national sales director, in addition to your sales director. So this is what it is. And you have a tracking sheet below that, so that's exciting. You can just print out one sheet and you can track yourself. But Perfect 3 in a month is that you're holding 3 parties, okay? You're doing 3 interviews or career chats, and you're selling enough to place a $300 wholesale order. You see that? And that's called the Perfect 3. So you're going to see you're going to get different prizes for that. Now that's going to be a hobby consultant, okay? 3 parties in a month or 15 faces. So if any of your parties turn into double facials or maybe a facial but you booked it to be a party, you can still get credit for that, okay? But it needs to be 3 parties or 15 faces. You guys, we really want you to hold parties. Nikki and I, our whole careers have been party girls, okay? It's more exciting. You make more money in a shorter amount of time. You get more leads. Even if you're a shy person, you guys, having a party is actually easier than having a facial. Wouldn't you agree, Nikki? Because it's less awkward. It's less awkward. They talk to each other. I think a facial is a little bit more awkward than a party. I mean, it doesn't have to be a party of 15 people. No. But keeping those parties, you guys, you just are making a great use of your time. Okay, so then we're going for the perfect 6. Look at the perfect 6. It's 6 parties or 30 faces, 6 career chats, and selling 300 a week so that you're placing a $600 wholesale order. That would make you a star consultant. Okay, and that's a great place to be, and Nikki's going to talk about that in just a second after I talk about this. So you guys, at this point, it's probably not enough activity to earn the use of a car, but you are making probably an extra $500 a month and maybe having 1 to 2 new team members a month at this level. Okay, so that's where you can win if that's what you want your business to look like. It's 6 parties or 30 faces, so that's 1.25 parties a week. It's probably holding 1 party and then bringing a couple of friends to your success night. So working 2 nights a week or 2 times a week, that will get you this activity. The next one is the perfect 10. And here's the deal, my friends. If you want things to happen, if you want to earn a car, if you want to be a sales director, if you want to make over $1,000 a month in your Mary Kay business, this is where you want to be. And this is where your directors are striving, okay? Because their challenge this year is 50 faces a month and 10 new unit members. So that's 10 parties or 50 faces, you guys. 10 career chats and selling $2,000 so that you can place a $1,000 wholesale order. And that's exciting. That's where you want to be. Now just think about that. If you had 5 people at a party, okay, and you held 10 parties, that's 2.25 parties a week. So what that is that's 2 parties and going to your success night with guests. That's what it is. And I want to tell you that that's what Nikki and I did from the beginning of our businesses. Every week we held 2 parties a week and went to our success night. And we didn't think it was any big deal. That's what we did. And that's how we earned cars. That's how we earned our first $100,000 a year. That's how we went forward in Offspring Sales Directors. Okay? And then that top one is the perfect 15. Sisters, if you want to go above and beyond, if you want to make things happen faster. I remember one month Nikki was sick and tired. Remember that, Nikki? And you needed things to happen. I think it was when you were going to earn the trip. And it was the month of February or March. Is that a true statement? And you went out there. Nikki's a little delayed on this. And you went out there and you saw 60-some faces.
I saw it is when we had moved to Michigan, and I really hadn't built my business like I wanted to. And so one year it was like over 60 faces in 1 month. And then there was a June where my goal was to do 100 faces, and I did 88 faces.
Oh, my goodness. And amazing things happened from that, Nikki, would you not say?
Yes, I earned another Cadillac from seeing those 60 faces when I lived in Michigan, and then we did our first $500,000 unit club, and we went above and beyond. Our goal was $500,000, which is 500,000, and because I did all those faces and built momentum and new recruits, we did 550,000.
Wow!
So we jumped from 400,000 in 1 year to 550,000 in 1 year.
Wow!
From
You guys
faces. It's just
from seeing the people. And that's what we know, you guys. I know that your sales directors are great trainers. I know it. I've watched them do parties. I've watched them do success nights. It's just that we need to put the training into practice. And so this is going to be your track to run on. We're not going to change the promotion all year long. We're going to keep it the same. You don't have to worry about what month. We might have different prizes, but it's the exact same activity, and you get to pick your place to win. So you guys maybe start with the perfect 3 and move up then to the perfect 6, or maybe start with the perfect 6 and move up to the perfect 10, but just get a win. And we're going to share with you why we're doing this. National Sales Director Angie Stoker, she is actually from Canada. She's the #1 national in Canada. And she spoke at the top director and national trip in China. And I'm going to tell you her story. Because you guys, you know how we think that sometimes the national sales directors and the top directors, they've got it all together and their lives are just so awesome, right? I would always think that. I would make up stories about why they were great and I wasn't. I would sit in the audience and make up those stories. Well, Angie Stoker was a sales director that you would think had it all together. She was driving a Cadillac. She was married to a very successful man. They had children. They lived in a beautiful home. Until one day, you guys, her life fell apart. And she found out that her husband wasn't just cheating on her with one woman, but he was having affairs with multiple women. He was hiding money. He owed money to other people, and her world literally fell apart, and she was driving a Cadillac in Mary Kay. And, you know, can you even imagine what the emotional toll would be on you, much less the psychological toll and the financial toll? And he did things, I don't know all the details right in front of me because I couldn't find my notes, but he did things that she lost her home and she moved into an apartment with her children, and she had no child support from him for some reason. And you guys, her Cadillac unit, which a Cadillac unit is usually over 100 people, during that period of time went down to 13 people. 13. And as she was sitting in this apartment one day, her little girl or her little boy, her child came up to her and he asked her the question, "Mommy, are we poor now?" And you guys, that broke her heart. It broke her heart. And she said, "Enough is enough. I know what to do." And she got up, you guys. Was it easy? Absolutely not. You know what? Nothing worth it is ever easy. But she needed to do something for her children. You guys, some of you who are watching this video, or some of you who are watching it recorded, you might have hit some rock bottom things. You might be in a lot of debt, okay? You might be in a marriage that is emotionally, financially, physically, I don't even know, abusive to you. You might already be a single mom right now. You may be living in a place that you don't want to live in. You may be working in a job that you don't want to work in, and you think that there's no way out. And Angie Stoker decided to use this Mary Kay opportunity and to do something about her life. As Cindy Williams says, we all have a V on our forehead. It can stand for victim or it can stand for victor. It's your choice, my friends, because we all have circumstances that happen. And Angie's circumstances were pretty bad. And she decided to stop being a victim. She'd been a victim long enough, and she was going to go out there and be a victor. And so what she did was she took this program and she called it the Perfect 10, and she worked it. And she went out there and she held 10 parties a month, and she had 10 recruits a month, and she did not go to bed at the end of the month until her 10 parties were done and her 10 recruits were in. It wasn't a maybe. It wasn't I'm going to maybe get there. I'm going to try to get there. You guys, she did it because she had a reason and a purpose beyond herself. She had her kids. And I'm going to tell you what happened. You are not even going to believe this. In 12 months, she went from a unit size of 13 people, my friends, to a unit that produced $1.6 million in production. $1.6 million in 12 months. And then a short 18 months later, so 2.5 years after she has 13 unit members, she debuts as a national sales director. And how did she do it? She did the Perfect 10. She saw the people. She worked full circle. She was on purpose at her parties. Okay? She didn't just go to hold a party to sell the product. She went to hold a party to find her next team members, to find her next directors, to get referrals, to book more parties from there, and to sell that product. You guys, when your passion and purpose are greater than your fears and excuses, you will find a way. What's your passion and what's your purpose? And so Lisa Madsen took this. Okay, I'm a little bit slower than Lisa Madsen, but Lisa Madsen took this idea and she ran with it, and she's been running with it for the last 1.5 years. And you should hear the stories that are coming from her national area about people earning Cadillacs, about people doing the triple star, about people going from barely making production as sales directors to earning their Cadillacs, about consultants not making any money to consultants making double mortgage payments on their home, you guys, using this system. It's getting out there and being with the people. And Nikki and I and your sales directors are passionate about you making money. You know, our national area's motto is to help women grow spiritually, emotionally, and financially. And we've worked hard on that spiritual and that emotional part, my friends. We are in the Word. We are building each other up. We are reading books, and now it is time to put that into practice, and it is time to make a paycheck that gives your family choices. You see, I don't believe that money buys you happiness, not at all, but I do believe that money gives you choices to live the lifestyle and to serve others the way you want to. So Nikki, we are excited about this, and so what do you want to share with our national area about your excitement and the Star Consultant Program and why we believe in this so much?
Okay, well, Heidi and I were talking today about what we have done in the past. We've both been in Mary Kay about 17 years, so 34 years of experience is coming to you. And that is why we're doing the Perfect 10. We're going back to the basics. And, you know, I apologize, I'm in a hat. I was at a USA World Cup soccer game party, so I'm hoping that USA won. Go USA. So, but what Heidi said is, I'm going to take you back to even what our sales director, Ann Denoyer, told us when we first started our businesses. She said just a couple of things, and they have just they have proven to be successful no matter what your goal. And this is what I want to tell you is that because you are gaining all this wisdom, you do not have to wait 17 years to be a top director like me. You do not have to wait 17 years to be a national. Our goal is that everybody becomes a sales director this year because you guys are so much wiser than we were when we started. We didn't have the same mentorship. We didn't have the technology. It was just go sell and then recruit. It wasn't the concept that when you have a 10-party month, you guys, at every single party, this is my philosophy. And this is how the last like 3 years have gone, just crazy, you know, with offspringing and trips and Cadillacs and diamonds and all the things that you can earn. But if you adopt the philosophy that at every Mary Kay appointment, there's at least one new beauty consultant. There is, whether she signs on the spot or you layer her and you meet her for coffee. But honestly, track it. We want to be known as the unit of trackers, the area of trackers this year. And that's why you got that tracking sheet already. It was emailed or posted on Facebook, because I want to see from your 12 months, in these next 12 months, from every single party, was there actually a new recruit there? Because I believe that there is. So that's one thing that I want you to take away. The other thing is this is going to teach you consistency. Heidi talked about how we built our businesses, and Angie Neuer, she told me 3 things. It was very interesting. She said you go to church on Sunday and you go to your sales meeting on Monday. And when I would want to miss something, she would always ask me, what if your sales director just missed? Don't you want to become a sales director? So how can you miss as a consultant if that's really your goal is to be a sales director? And so you guys, those who show up go up, and I have to give kudos. Amy Newball, girl, you guys, she shows up. She shows up to everything. And she just earned her red jacket, and yes, it was a year-long goal. But because she kept showing up, you know, Heidi and I, we're going to invest in the people who invest in themselves. And that I know, you guys, I was adopted my entire career. Heidi never lived by me. So, but my adopted directors even invested in me because I showed up to everything. So whether you're adopted, because I know I have consultants all across the U.S., but when you show up, people are going to invest in you and invest in yourself. So Ann said, go to church on Sunday, sales meeting on Monday, or wherever. She said that was one thing. The second thing was be a star. Be a star consultant. And I needed a strategy for being a star because it's selling $300 a week retail consistently. But it was holding 2 parties a week. That's what I did. That was my strategy to become a star consultant. And in my 17-year career, you guys multiply that by 4, I have never missed a star consultant quarter, not once. And I have prizes galore from the company. But what it did teach me is it taught me consistency, and it taught me that, well, it gave my family a paycheck. And I know a lot of you are doing Mary Kay because you do want money. And my first paycheck in Mary Kay, not with recruiting, but honestly with sales, paid for Ryan Morgan, who was 7 months old, and myself, and we spent 2.5 weeks in Europe. And that was our first European trip. And you guys, that was paid for with 3 months of being a star consultant and selling $300 a week. And because of my consistency with seeing faces, being a star, attending everything, this fall, Mary Kay is going to pay, you guys, all expenses included, for Ryan and me to go to London and then take an extended trip to Paris. We're going to have a private dinner in the Eiffel Tower. We're going to take a train, I think the train that goes under the ocean, you know, from London to Paris. I was telling Ryan that. It's crazy, you know. But it all started, isn't that interesting, from my non-Mary Kay goal of 17 years ago to go to Europe with our baby and my husband. And so you guys, what Heidi said, when your passion and purpose is greater than your fears and excuses, I want you to set a non-Mary Kay goal. And I want you to share that with your sales director. Sales directors, I want you to share that with your senior sales directors. You know, and I talked to Ryan about that today. I said, of course I want to be a national, but I need a non-Mary Kay goal. And he said, well, we've talked about investing in another property, you know, or paying off our home early. So we're talking about what can I work for that will get me up every single day, that my family is relying on, You know, it can be as easy as you guys that you're telling your husband, I'm paying the cable bill. Okay, then go be a star consultant and consistently pay your cable bill. You know, pay your car note until you earn that free car. You know, commit to something that's a non-Mary Kay goal that will, and if it's not a bill, which it shouldn't be, but make it something exciting. Is it new floors? Is it new furniture? You know, I know my sister Shelly wanted new floors in their home. I'm always motivated by trips and furniture. And so honestly, I'm redoing my office. I'm going to buy all new furniture because that motivates me to work and to do my perfect 10. So what is going to get you out of bed in the morning? Focus on the 3 things, you guys. Showing up to go up. Because I promise you, you know what? I'm not a national sales director. I've been in as long as Heidi. But guess what? I keep showing up and I keep going up. Okay? Number 2, be a star consultant. It puts you in front of the faces to hit your goal. And then focus on that perfect 10. If you focus on the perfect 10, if all else fails, you hit the perfect 6, you hit the perfect 3. And Jamie Lopez was a sales director, and then she stopped being a sales director. She actually kind of stopped doing all of Mary Kay. She called me one June and she said, Nikki, I'm coming back. And I said, okay. And she goes, I want to do it differently, though. I want to just be consistent, because that was her downfall, which I believe, you know, a lot of us struggle with. And I told her to focus on the perfect 10. And you guys, in, I believe, 6 months of doing the perfect 10, she had earned a free car and become a sales director. So if your goal is to go to LA and party with us in Hollywood, the perfect 10 is your path to run on. And you know what? I will bet you like $1 million that if you did a perfect 10 July through December, that you will be a sales director and headed to LA with us January 13th to 16th for leadership. Back to you,
Super
Heidi.
exciting. Thanks, Nikki. And I just talked to a bunch of national sales directors, Nikki, and we're planning some amazing things for leadership already. So you do not want to miss the biggest party in the world. You're going to come to seminar and you're going to love it, but I want to tell you a little secret. Leadership is even better than seminar. It is. And I just, seriously, I talked to Leah Carta, Diane Menteply, Lisa Madsen, Sue Ponko. We're planning a little stuff together, so you guys want to be there. All right. And so you guys also, too, as you know, we close up tonight. The Star Quarter started, when did it start? June 16th. It ends September 13th. We are going to have a special activity for 4 quarter stars this year, okay? You don't want to miss it, but you have to be a star the first quarter to make that happen. And so you need to have it star done by September 15th in order to be a 4 quarter star, okay? So figure out with your sales director where you are, where you want to be, and how you're going to catch up, okay? Because you can do it. We're only 2 weeks into the quarter, my friends. You can do it. So what I want to tell you is this. Mary Kay used to say that many a race is won out of the starting gate. It is July 5th, and I'm super excited. This is how I worked. I worked on July 1st. I worked on July 2nd. I took the 3rd and 4th and most of today off, and I'm ready to rock it out, you guys. I'm ready to start tomorrow and make things happen, and I hope that you are too, because this is going to be an amazing month. And you guys, what I'll tell you this is, when I get ahead of things in July, when I am on track for something, when I'm on track with the perfect 10, when I'm on track with Star Consultant, when I'm on track with having new team members this first month of the year, I feel like I can conquer anything. And that's where I want you to be. I don't want you to be running from behind. And I'm going to leave you this quote from Mary Kay herself. And she said this. The president of a successful company was asked, what does it take to get to the top? He answered, the same thing it took to get started. A sense of urgency about getting things done. You guys, you had a sense of urgency in the month of June. You were finishing Red Jackets. You were finishing your unit goals. You were finishing this national area. It's time to have a sense of urgency again about your personal goals, what Nikki talked about. What's your non-Mary Kay goal? What do you want to make happen? What's the deadline? No matter how intelligent or able you may be, if you don't have a sense of urgency, now is the time to develop it. She said, the world is full of very competent people who honestly intend to do things tomorrow or as soon as they get around to it. Accomplishments, however, seldom match those of less talented people who are blessed with a sense of the importance of getting started now. I'll tell you what, you guys, there's always going to be people that are smarter than me. There are always going to be people faster than me. But you know what? I'm going to get up every day and I'm going to go to work. And I'm going to encourage you to do that same thing, you guys. The small right things do matter. So start today making the small right decisions that are going to change your future forever. A booking a day keeps the blues away. An interview a day keeps the panic away. You don't know what to do, do those two things, okay, my friends? Go out there, and you know what Mary Kay said? The last thing I want to close with is the size of your paycheck is in direct proportion to the number of lives that you change. By doing the perfect 10, you will be in the space of more lives, and you will simply be paid more money because you will have the opportunity to change more people's futures. We love you. We believe in you. Have an amazing start to your best year ever, but your best year ever starts with your best day ever. So tomorrow, my friends, go out and have your best day ever. Bye, everybody.